Here, I have a friend and a very knowledgeable subject matter expert as it comes to e-commerce and technology and reporting and all sorts of good stuff that I thought would be interesting for you guys to hear from. His name is Chad Buckendahl. Known him for many, many years, and he's more than just an acquaintance. Chad's my friend. We've had the chance to spend quite a bit of time working together on projects relating to analytics and reporting and e-commerce. Prior to his role at Sticky.io. Chad, why don't you take a second and give everybody a little bit of your background, and then we'll jump into, what are some of the things that somebody who is either selling or buying a business should be considering when they're looking at that acquisition process, specifically as it relates to the technology of it, the shopping cart, the analytics, the reporting, and we'll get into some other stuff too.
Cool. Yeah. So just real brief on my background. I started selling products for the first time online in 1997 with insurance leads with New York Life and Unum America. I then took a role with Whole Foods Market. It's actually a company that Whole Foods bought called Amrion. And I quickly gravitated towards the internet stuff because it was brand new at the time, and built the very first e-commerce property for Whole Foods. We ran that thing from 0 to $1 million in no time. We got more responsibility. Got a second site with Whole Foods, and then just by chance, I went to a company called OxyClean and did the same thing there. We stood up 4 different brands with them. OxyClean, Kaboom, and a couple of other brands. So I felt like I had a pretty good branded experience. I knew how to stand up branded e-commerce site, but I heard a thing called CPA marketing, and that's how it was presented to me. So I'm like, this sounds interesting. So I went to a company called Video Professor, and they really were at the cutting edge of the CPA game with a risk-free trial. And I really cut my teeth in the risk-free trial space there with Professor. And then went and built a company for Josh Bizzoni, who's pretty well known in the space. Learned a ton from Josh, and also, as a risk-free trial offer. And then I got tired. And when I got tired, I decided to do something different and built a fulfillment company called Two Chads Fulfillment, which we all know now as QuickBox. And I got a call from Brian Bogosian through you, Nate. And I'm sure we'll get into that story. Yep. That's interesting altogether. But I've been at Limelight Sticky for the last 5 years since you introduced me to Brian, and served various roles here. So and today, the topics that you have lined out there, they sound super interesting. I'm looking forward to diving in.
Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell for notifications about new videos and interviews. And introduce yourself in the comments. Are you a buyer or a seller?